Nordson Academic Challenge Championship Saturday. I'm your host, Rob Powers. Thanks so much for being with us. Today is the day we crown a new champion, the winner of our 56th season. This long road started way back in January. 20 games and 60 schools later, here we are, and here they are. This year's three finalists: Gilmour Academy, Westlake, and University School. Here's how the prizes provided by our friends at Nordson will be divided between today's three schools and the fourth and fifth place finishers on the leaderboard. Congratulations, Copley. Congratulations, Hudson, on your fourth and fifth place wins. You're finishing so far. The scores on the desk that you see right now here in the studio, this is how the teams came into this championship game, but they will not help you today at all. So let's get rid of them. Let's level the playing field and start each team with 100 points. To get things started, we start with the lightning round. Here we go. All three teams compete in this round. The questions have a common theme. The first team to buzz in and answer this question correctly will receive 20 points. We take away 20 points for an incorrect or no answer. Everybody ready to roll? Hands on the buzzers. Here we go. You don't have to have a driver's license to compete in this round. It's all about cars. Cars. Start your engines. Here we go. This car is driven by superhero Bruce Wayne. Gilmour.
Batmobile.
That is correct. And Aston Martin is a car used by this fictional
James Bond.
That is correct. He wrote the book From a Buick 8. Answer is Stephen King. License plates were introduced in 1901 by this Empire State. University School.
New York.
That is correct. The French founder of Detroit gave his name to this luxury car, Westlake.
Cadillac.
That is correct. The Pontiac was named for a chief of this tribe whose name identifies Canada's capital. Gilmour Academy.
Ottawa.
That is correct. The first parking meter was installed in 1935 in this Sooner state. Westlake.
Oklahoma.
That is correct. You can get a driver's license at 15 in this state where Helena is the capital. Westlake.
Montana.
That is correct. This car race is traditionally held Memorial Day weekend. Westlake.
Indy 500.
That is correct. Our final lightning round question of the year comes from the Cuyahoga County Public Library's Chief Executive Officer. Here is Tracy Strobel.
This Serbian-American inventor's name identifies an automotive company that manufactures battery electric vehicles.
University School?
Tesla.
Tesla is correct, and that is the end of our opening round. It's tight. We'll be back with more of the Nordson Academic Challenge Championship game right after this time off. Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge Championship game. We're going to jump right back in with the next round. It's time for our hot picks round. One at a time, I ask each team 8 questions chosen by the captain of another team. A correct response in this round is worth 20 points. There's no penalty here for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 8 questions correctly will receive 25 bonus points. Let's meet our championship teams right now. First up, our finalists from Gilmour Academy. I'm going to go left to right. Michael, welcome back. What do you have planned in the fall?
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a senior at Gilmour, and next year I plan on studying biochemistry at UChicago.
Good for you. Welcome back. Hi, Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm planning on studying chemical engineering at either UPenn, Rice, or Notre Dame in the fall.
My goodness. Welcome back this morning. Hi, Vincent.
Hi, I plan to study computer science at either Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, or Princeton.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, good luck with that. That's fantastic. Welcome back, Gilmour. For your questions, we go to Neil, the captain of Westlake. Neil, here we go. Open board. 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
You got it. All right, Gilmour Academy, keep in mind these are all yours. All set? Here we go. Later transformed into a classic Disney movie, what children's story by Felix Salten is about a young deer and his animal friends?
Bambi?
Of course it is. Some NASA scientists wiped away tears in 2017 when the Cassini spacecraft ended its 20-year mission by crashing into what second largest planet?
Saturn?
That is correct. Compared to today's seawater trapped under the Chesapeake Bay 100 million years ago contained twice the amount of what compound whose formula is NaCl?
Salt?
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Which of these terms identifies the organ which allows birds to produce a great number of call and song notes?
Trachea?
The Syrinx is the answer there. The Syrinx, sorry. During our Civil War, the South tried to get the government of what reigning English queen to give assistance to the Confederacy?
Victoria?
That is correct. The Robots of Dawn is one of dozens of science fiction novels by what American author whose brilliant reputation rests on works like the Foundation series?
Isaac Asimov?
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
1.
That is correct. The only president who actually studied medicine was what 9th chief executive, who ironically was the first to die in office?
William Henry Harrison?
That is correct. Heck of a round, Gilmour Academy. There you go. Our second finalist this morning comes to us from Westlake. Welcome back, all three of you. Rishabh, welcome back to you. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what you're doing next year.
Yeah, so I plan on studying aerospace engineering at either Purdue or UIUC next year.
Fantastic. All right, Neil, you're what year now?
I'm a junior, and this summer I plan to relax.
That is a good plan, Neil. Hey, Will, and you're a sophomore. What do you have planned this summer?
This summer I'll probably be in some sort of musical like Into the Woods.
Fantastic. Welcome to all three of you. Welcome back. For your questions, Westlake, Sihan, the captain from University School, 1, 3, or 4, your choice.
3.
You have it. Westlake, these are all for you. All set? Here we go. Although Medusa was so repulsive, her looks turned men to stone, what beautiful winged horse sprang to life from Medusa's blood?
Pegasus?
That is correct. Over 3,500 Union soldiers are buried at the cemetery at what Pennsylvania site, where a critical Civil War battle was fought in 1863?
Gettysburg?
That is correct. The last French criminal to be publicly guillotined was executed in 1939 near what French palace where the World War I treaty was signed?
Versailles?
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Under which of these conditions would you most likely find a gas behaving close to what is called an ideal gas? Answer?
High pressure?
Low pressure. Low pressure, sorry. To a historian, the letters MD suggest not medicine, but what 19th century political theory that advocated the United States expand across the continent to the Pacific Ocean?
Manifest Destiny?
That is correct. What Chinese-American author cooked up satisfaction for thousands of readers with her novel, The Kitchen God's Wife?
Tang?
Amy Tan. Tan is the name. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the monitor. Here's your math question. We ask you to evaluate this expression. Answer?
45?
That is correct. What boy who used to get up at 5 a.m. to practice the piano struck the right note when he ordered the desegregation of the armed forces as our 33rd president?
Truman.
That is correct. Nice round, Westlake. Good job. Okay. This season's third and final finalist comes from University School. Let's go left to right. Theo, what do you got planned next year?
I plan to study either comparative religion or cognitive science.
Where? Any
I'm not sure yet.
Good for you. Any place would be lucky to have you. Hi, Sihan.
Hi, I'm Sihan. I'm a senior. I plan on studying philosophy and math next year.
Fantastic. Nicholas, welcome back. What we got going on next year?
I hope to be studying neuroscience next year in college.
All 9 of you are so darn impressive. Welcome back. Thanks for everything you did this year. Thanks for all the studying you did to make it back to our championship match. For your questions, US, we come back to Ian at Gilmour Academy. Envelope 1 or 4?
4.
You got it. All right. University School, these are all yours. All set? Here we go. Blasphemy and sorcery were among the charges lodged against what heroic 15th century French girl who fought the English during the 100 Years' War but was captured and burned at the stake?
Joan of Arc.
That is correct. The earliest safety match was tipped with a blend of potash and what sweet substance that comes from cane or beets?
Sugar.
That is correct. Although at minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit, it's probably too cold for swimming, in 2019, a 12-mile wide body of water was discovered under the ice cap of what red planet?
Mars, right? Yeah. Mars.
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Light waves and radio waves are both examples of which of these types of waves?
Electromagnetic waves.
That is correct. Though now illegal, mongoose snake fighting contests still take place on what O-initialed Pacific island where the U.S. maintains several military bases?
Like Okinawa, maybe? Yeah, Anything better, you sure? Okinawa.
That is correct. According to George Bernard Shaw, no one will ever write a better tragedy than the Shakespeare play about what king and his 3 daughters?
King Lear.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Solve for x if y equals 2.
1.
1 is correct. That was big. This is for the bonus points. What man passed up a chance to play for the Green Bay Packers and instead went into politics, becoming our 38th president?
You sure? Ford.
Gerald Ford is correct for the bonus points. There you go. All righty, we'll be back with more academic excitement. It's the championship match right after this.
Pay.
Yeah, welcome back to the Academic Challenge Championship match. Hey, look who's here. It's Victoria Montero. She's our judge tonight. Victoria is the Institutional Advertising Manager, Cuyahoga Community College. Victoria, thanks so much for being here. Again, a special thank you and shout out to every one of the judges from Tri-C we had this season. We hope you come back next year. We move on now with our picture perfect round. An image will appear on the monitors for each question. For every correct answer, 20 points will be awarded, but for a wrong answer or no answer, we take away 20 points. This is for all 3 teams. Hands on the buzzer, eyes on the monitor down front. Set? Here we go. The Navy was forced to recall over 30 submarines to repair damage caused by these little fellas. U.S.
Hagfish.
Sharks, sorry. The red square on this chart covers what element? Gilmour.
Francium.
That is correct. This work depicts early trade between Japan and what's smaller of the 2 major Iberian countries. Gilmour Academy.
Portugal.
That is correct. We ask you here to solve for X. U.S.
1.
That 1 is correct. This snowy scene is located in what Green Mountain, New England state? The 14th, U.S.
Vermont.
That is correct. This biting remark comes from what American author of The Grapes of Wrath and of U.S.?
Steinbeck.
That is correct. This nebula, the remnant of a supernova explosion that occurred in 1054, is named for what crustacean that comes in U.S.?
Crab.
That is correct. Cleveland Magazine is happy to share with us the best places to live in this issue. Humanity has come a long way from the hunter-gatherer societies first observed in the fossil record by which predecessor to the Homo sapiens that lived during the Pleistocene? Westlake.
Neanderthal.
Homo erectus is the answer there. Sorry, that's the end of our round. We are flying through these. Okay, our exciting Mix It Up round is coming up next. Stay right there. Welcome back to the 56th season championship finale. Let's meet our advisors from Gilmour Academy. It's James Gutowski, Kristen Novak, and Raymond Moore here from Westlake. And once again, University Schools teacher advisors Peter Millett and Adam Fletcher. Thank you all so much for being a part of the 56th season of the Nordson Academic Challenge. Heck of a year. Okay, here we go. We're going to get right to our round now. This is our Mix It Up round. One at a time, I ask each team 6 questions. A correct response here is worth 20 points. No penalty for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 6 questions correctly in this round will receive 25 bonus points. First finalist, Gilmour Academy. All set? Here we go. Instead of going to a park, see if you can find here the hidden name of what North African country whose capital is Tripoli.
Libya.
That is correct. If you worked on your term paper assiduously, you would be working in which of these ways?
Diligently.
That is correct. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements and you will name which of the world's major mountain ranges?
Alps.
That is correct. To complete this comment from one economist, add what word the subject of the 16th Amendment?
Voting.
Taxes. Tax is the answer there. Which of these countries does not border Afghanistan?
Kuwait.
That is correct. This comment on leadership was made by Adlai Stevenson, who lost the 1952 and 56 presidential races to what general who became our 34th chief executive?
Eisenhower.
That is correct. Nice round, Gilmour. Okay. Westlake, you're up. All set? Here we go. Look carefully at this phrase, and you'll find within it what capital of Vietnam?
Hanoi.
That is correct. A person who walks in his or her sleep has a problem that can best be identified by which of these words?
Somnambulism.
That is correct. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements. You will spell the name of what 5th century king of the Huns?
Attila.
That is correct. To complete this quote from scientist Paul Ehrlich, add what type of modern electronic device that is the C in a PC?
Computer.
That is correct. Which one of these nations is the most populous country in Africa?
Nigeria.
That is correct, and that was big. This is for the bonus points. These encouraging words were those of what English theoretical physicist, the author of A Brief History of Time?
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is correct for the bonus points. All righty. Let's get to university school. Ready to roll? Here we go. Go at your own pace here and see if you can find hidden in this phrase the name of the capital city of Norway.
Oslo.
That is correct. Which of these adjectives best describes a lifestyle that is ostentatious?
Showy, yeah. Showy.
That is correct. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements. You will spell the name of what Roman goddess identified with the Greek goddess Demeter?
Ceres, yeah. Ceres.
That is correct. To complete this quote from oilman J. Paul Getty, add what M-initialed word for an inorganic substance like quartz that is neither animal nor vegetable?
Oh, mineral.
That is correct. Which of these 3 Canadian islands is largely uninhabited because it's in the Arctic Ocean?
Baffin Island.
Baffin Island is correct. That was big. This is for the bonus points. This statement was made back in 1899 by the head of the government office that issues what kind of legal document, like a copyright, that gives an inventor an exclusive right to his or her invention?
Patents.
Patents is correct for the bonus points. There we go. Okay. That's the end of the round. We'll be back with our final grab bag round, and we will crown this season's champion. Who will it be? We'll all find out right after this. And it all comes down to this. It's the grab bag round. This is another free-for-all. Every correct answer here is worth 30 points. But a team will lose 30 points for a wrong or no answer. Again, this is for all 3 teams to decide this season's champion. Hands on the buzzers, eyes on the monitor when we need it. Here we go. The first Hollywood feature film that was entirely computer-generated was what 1995 movie whose characters included Buzz Lightyear? Gilmour.
Toy Story?
That is correct. Oliver Lafarge gave the title Laughing Boy to his Pulitzer Prize-winning novel about what N-initialed Native American tribe from the Southwest? Gilmour Academy.
Navajo.
Navajo is correct. World War II pilots for the India-China Air Transport Service spoke of flying over the Hump, their nickname for what dangerous Asian mountain range? Gilmour Academy.
Himalayas?
That is correct. This view of Jupiter's red spot comes from what 1970 space probe whose name is a synonym?
Voyager.
University school, one more time.
Voyager.
That is correct. There's a lot of live action in Asbury Park, New Jersey during its annual walk to celebrate what undead creatures? Gilmour Academy.
Zombie?
Zombie is correct. The area around Newfoundland had for centuries been home to what variety of seal? University school.
Harbor.
Harp seal, sorry. If a car can travel 75 miles on 5 gallons of gas, how many miles can it travel on 9 gallons of gas? Gilmour Academy.
180.
135, sorry. This quote comes from what mature poet who wrote The Wasteland and whose university school?
Eliot.
That is correct. Photographer Joe Rosenthal is best known for his World War II picture of U.S. Marines raising our flag. Gilmour Academy.
Iwo Jima.
That is correct. Art experts have now identified the bridge in the background of what Da Vinci painting whose subject is famous?
Mona Lisa.
That is correct. On many maps, Greenland looks disproportionately large due to what type of map?
Mercator projection.
That is correct. The Pyrenees Mountains surround what tiny country located? Gilmour Academy.
Andorra.
That is correct. One U.S. postage stamp features the Albert Bierstadt painting of what California National Park that includes university school?
Yosemite.
Yosemite is correct. They got the buzzer in. We go right to the scores from there to determine our champion. In third place of our championship match with 425 points is Westlake. Neil, come on down and get your trophy. 425 points. Here is the team from Westlake. Neil, congratulations. I've got your trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Melfi, the manager of Global Talent Acquisition from Nordson has something even more important.
On behalf of all the Nordson employees, we'd like to congratulate you and your team on a great match. And we'd like to present this check for $4,000. So congratulations.
There you go. All right. In second place this morning with 610 points, it's the team from University School. Sihan, come on down, get your trophy and your check. Your second place trophy, Sihan. Congratulations.
On behalf of everybody from Nordson, we'd like to congratulate you and your team on a great match and like to present this check for $5,000. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Great year, great year. And finally, in come-from-behind fashion, with 630 points, our champion of our 56th season of the Nordson Academic Challenge, here they come. Gilmour Academy, Ian, come on down. Oh, Ian, look at how nice is that going to look on your mantle, huh? That's good. Congratulations.
On behalf of everyone from Nordson, congratulations on first place. And a great match, great event. And we'd like to present you with this check for $6,000. So congratulations.
There we go. Holy cow. So, everybody happy? That's a heck of a year right there. The 56th season of the Nordson Academic Challenge. That's a wrap. We congratulate every team that competed every week on this season. Thanks to you at home as well for watching and following along and supporting the schools from all around Northeast Ohio. Don't worry, we will be back next year. A brand new season, season number 57. Come on down and see the kids. I'm Rob Powers. Class is dismissed. Come on down.